Okay. I'm hopefully back. Can y'all see me? Can you hear me? I've just got to throw this thing away. I'm going to have to use my finger on my laptop is all I can say. Sorry. I'm back and better than ever. I hope. I swear to God, if this does it again, I'm going to be fit to be tied. All right. So here we go. Let me show you this right here. We'll get it started. So I don't know what they're doing right here. I have no idea. Now, I'm sure that they searched while they were here, right? However, I don't know what they found. Now, we have to think about it. Oh God, I thought I just did something again. We have to think about it like this, though. If Sebastian, can I blow it up or zoom in? Yes. Hold on. Let me do it like this. I can. Let me. This is what I can do. If Sebastian walked out on his own accord, right? If he walked out on his own accord by himself, I don't think he would ever have went. He wouldn't have went out the back door, right? He would have not went out the back door at all because he couldn't lock it. There it is. He couldn't lock it. Look above the garage door. Is that a camera? I thought I saw a camera. I don't think so. I don't think it's a camera, my dear. Could be, but I don't think so. Ooh, wait a second. I'm just trying to see what. Now, that is a light right there that you're seeing. Now, whatever this is, I have no idea. I really don't. Don't know why they would be in the backyard. Yes, if y'all don't mind hitting that thumbs up button again, that's a large screen attached to the tripod. Is it? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think it's interesting though. Are the law enforcement or estate agents measuring up for? No, this was right after Sebastian, like while people were there. So that's what that is. I do have lines open too. If anybody wants to call in, you're welcome to call in. This is Chris's truck. I don't know whose truck this is right here. I've got it zoomed in pretty big. Well, you didn't come in late because I messed up something. So you're fine, my dear. Chris M will know. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of looks like the thing that they survey your property with. You know what I mean? Like whenever you're trying to check where your land is. Could be one of those things. Might be. Max Chica, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm struggling, girl, today. All right. We have a caller. Carmelita.
Hello, Justin. How are you?
I'm fabuloso. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Th-
First of all, I want to tell you how much I love watching you. Like,
Aw.
I look forward to it every day. So thank you
Thank
for
you.
what you do. I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to tell you, I don't want to mention the channel, even though you have positively mentioned them.
Mhm.
Their initials are like LL. Do you know who I'm talking about? It's a guy who always talks
No.
kind of like in a cabin setting. Anyway, that's not the
Oh, yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was he was going through all the interviews and stuff, and when Chris was talking on Smiley's channel about CPS reports, so he's talking, and then he says, "Well, the one for me is this," and it made us like the one for me, like there could be somebody else in the house, like maybe Katie. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's what it sounded like,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted you to know that. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. He well, there was many things that Chris said that he said, well, if Sebastian would have went out the window, he would have fell on, he had been bare
Yeah.
feet and we would have heard it. There's
Yes,
been
I
many
remember that.
many times that he has implemented himself being there, right?
Yes, he has. Yes,
So
I think he was there
you think
personally.
you think he's what?
I think he was there. I
Oh,
think it was home.
yeah, something is, yes, Rickson. He
He was.
said we would have heard it. Is what he said. Hmm.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I hope they find Sebastian.
I do too. God, I do too. I mean,
It's just so sad.
poor Seth. I just feel
Yeah.
horrible for him, and
You
it's
know.
just been exhausting. It's been exhausting for us. I can't imagine how he feels.
Yeah. No, I can't either. It must be horrible. The waiting has to be the worst part. The not knowing, I mean, has
Yes,
to be the worst, you know,
a lot of
because you're so like in that limbo.
yeah,
Like,
a lot of people saying just not knowing, not having the answer is
yes,
really hard.
seems to me like that'd be the worst thing. I don't know. I have an adult son with severe autism. I mean, he can't talk. He, has a lot of
Oh,
aggression problems. And
yeah.
I was talking to my daughter about this case, and I was like, well, just glad that we have Mark because I can't imagine what CP would have done at all of his behaviors. You
Oh,
know.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, Chris
But
has got
anyway,
everything he wants right now. He's got everything he wanted.
yes, he got rid of Sebastian, and he was able to get his daughter, even if it was just for the summer.
Yep.
You
Exactly.
know, it
Exactly.
just really breaks my heart. It really does, and I can't believe a judge would have allowed that. I can't. I don't understand. Putting his daughter
Mm-hmm.
back there while while Sebastian is missing. You had a
Mm-hmm.
child missing, but yet you're going to put your own back in. It just seems unreal to me that would happen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he like, I understand, like, he has not been named a suspect per se, but they have said they are investigating this, and if police are being accurate and saying they don't know what happened, which I absolutely do not believe that. I absolutely believe that they know what happened. I
I
just
do
don't think
too.
they. I just don't think they have Sebastian, and
Right.
that's the problem. I think they have they have a good idea of what happened in that neighborhood that night, right?
Yes, I do.
Maybe the general direction that he went, but I think
Oh,
they don't have where he is and finding Sebastian.
heartbreaking. That's
Um,
so heartbreaking.
uh, I was talking to a neighbor, uh, and he called and spoke to a TBI detective, and he wanted to uh, offer him uh, some information, or I can't remember it was either information or it was something, but the TBI officer allegedly said, "We're not looking for that now." Is what
That's insane.
we're not looking for that now, which means, in my opinion, they have what they want. Like they have enough of that,
Hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. That could very well be.
I think they have what they have right there. And
I've always believed that they were looking at the feet.
mm, hmm
I
but
believed.
yeah, but then you have what did Bobby say on JLR's? She called him, and like they never got back with her, and she called him again, and they're like, well, okay, we'll get back to you. They never got back with her. So it's like,
Crazy.
did they just not? Did they know what they're looking for, and they just didn't want to like hear about it, or so I don't know.
I don't know either. I think they should have listened. I mean, you should always listen if you're getting
Yeah.
more evidence. I think all of it matters.
Mm-hmm.
It builds up a case, and so it's disappointing to hear that. I was also disappointed when Cherry found those pants. Remember, like in the swampy area or whatever, and the
Oh yeah,
officer
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to go retrieve them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what they were look like the pants they were that Sebastian was supposedly wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was disappointed to hear that. I've been disappointed a lot in the law enforcement
Right.
response here. But
Yeah. I think
I
I think, in my opinion, wherever Sebastian is, I think that he will be found without shoes. Probably will have socks on. And I also believe that there will be shoes or boots probably with him, but they will not be his.
yeah, I believe you're right.
I believe someone got rid of their shoes or boots.
Yep. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Would have done me if you left him right by there, but I think you're probably right. They probably are right there. He didn't want to make another stop, and risk getting caught with who knows whatever it is that was on his feet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's crazy.
Makes me sick.
It's crazy.
Makes me sick
So, I'm just trying to keep out hope that they know I mean, honestly, everyone that I've spoken to have said it's so obvious, like that the neighbors.
It really is. I mean,
It's so
even
obvious.
by his own statement.
Well, you got to remember, we have only seen 30 seconds of that video. 30 seconds. 30
Have to.
seconds. There is a lot more on there.
I wish we knew what it was.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. I don't know, Tit. That's a good question. I haven't talked about. I don't know. I might ask him when I speak to him. I try not to like bother them. Like I try to only speak to them every once in a while. That way, I'm just not like I don't want to like text them every 5 minutes and stuff. You know, they're busy people, and
Yep.
so I just try to talk with them periodically.
Yeah, I can understand that. They want their own privacy too.
Yeah.
But I think they want to help. They want to make a point. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they know who it is, and they want the rest of it. They just want it to be done with.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. I wouldn't want to live near somebody like that.
Right.
But listen, Justin, it was so great talking to you.
Nice talking to you, dear.
My dogs are driving me crazy here.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Justin.
you.
I'll be in chat.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Wrong one. That was Carmelita. Thank you so much, Carmelita, for calling. Really do appreciate that. And Ginger to the office, please. Ginger girl to the office. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Ginger. Late slip for Ginger. And we got a new pearl up in here, guys. Thank you so much for becoming a new pearl, world renowned. Really do appreciate that. Really, really do. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. Thank you so much. Single mom, WTF, true crime. Thank you so much for renewing your membership, my dear. Really appreciate that. Oh my God, Little Red. You just gifted 5 pearl necklaces. Do you know what happens? It is a big deal around here when you get 5 pearl necklaces or more. You know what happens, right? We got a beep beep, mother chickens.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next
Beep,
stop
mother
is
chickens.
Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors,
Closing
please.
doors, please.
The lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you so much, Little Red, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those 5 pearl necklaces, please give our beloved Little Red a big, big thank you on behalf of both of us. And I wanted to let you know that your application has been approved. Congratulations, my dear. Really do appreciate that. Holly Randolph just became a new pearl. Welcome, Holly Randolph. Really do appreciate the support. Pearls look amazing on you, darling. I lost my pearls. I'll find some the first. Oh, you're fine, Roxy. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much, Nicole. Really do appreciate it. All right. KP, CP, and KP are Seth. Seth has become Sebastian is a lost soul because of the adult. You know, I support Seth. Do I agree with everything that he does? No, I don't. I don't. But I know he's innocent, right? I know that this man was at work. Those are the two that my eyes are on personally. I don't know. I don't know. But you can support whoever you want to support here, right? It's a free country. Like I say at the end of the day, whatever has happened to Sebastian Rogers has already happened to him on the night of February 25th, going into the early hours of the 26th, 2024. We don't know what has happened. Now, I personally believe it doesn't get much clearer than them saying that, oh, well, he walked out of his house. Oh, well, there's a car that pulls up, and oh, well, there's cars, adults around the car, and oh, well, one goes running back toward the house. Oh, well, that says a lot to me. You know what I mean? Says a lot to me. Dream Weaver, thank you for becoming a magnificent pearl. Thank you, darling. Thank you for your support. Pearls look amazing on you. Welcome to the family. I thought it was Dream Lover. But it was Dream Weaver. Remember that song? Dream Lover. That's such a good song. It's an old song, but it was, what was that old singer's name? His name was Bobby Darin. Bobby Darin. He was like of the 50s and 60s. Remember that? Thank you, Donna. Appreciate that. I can't imagine what Seth is going through right now. I'm sure some of his decisions aren't some we would make, but we're not in his shoes. I completely sympathize with him and believe his grieving. Absolutely. I do too. I can give some grace to really, at times when people are, these are people, and that includes Chris and Katie, anyone. It's whether they be innocent or not, it's at the worst time of their life, even if it's at the hands of them. It's still the worst time of their life, right? Something happened. So I think sometimes we can act out. I'm sure they're not always going to be a peach, right? The thing that bothers me is they don't want to continue to be proactive in any way to search for Sebastian, right? They just don't. You are never blocked, wannabe sleuthin'. Never. No, no, no. We love you, dear. Where the hell was Chris really when KP called him at 6:03 a.m.? Was Crane operating at that time? Negative. Crane was not operating at that time. Cranes do not operate at 6:03 in the morning. Christopher. Now, again, there is the 1 second. Um, there is this, what is it? PI, private investigator, that swears that Chris was there at 5:15 in the morning. 5:15 in the morning. She is a licensed PI. But I don't know. I don't know. And the question is, why would Chris want to be at work at 5? No, Brenda, I didn't. No, I didn't. Thank you, though. If why would he want to be there at 5:15 in the morning? Why? That's the question. Why? Because he didn't go to sleep till 1 o'clock. Was it still dark at 5:15 a.m. in Nashville? Yes, it was. It sure was. Thank you, Elizabeth. Seth the other, he said, you and Josh are the only ones he trusts. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Now, see, I thank you for that, Elizabeth. Really do appreciate it. I really hate it that Seth and Trevor have, they had a disagreement, because let me tell you something. There is two people like that I know their heart at the end of the day, in my opinion, on YouTube. And one is Josh and the other one is Trevor. Like, they're my buddies, and they both have amazing hearts, and I wish that there could be some, he could understand that. I wish. Hello. You are live on Clutch Them Pearls. How are you doing?
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been staring at this picture that you have up, and there's this thing called, like, something like geospatial referencing.
Yes.
Like
Geofencing, is that what you mean?
No, it's just spatial. What I read, and I read all this. I don't know all this. I Googled it. I got curious because it looks like surveying equipment to me too. And it says that it's used, that surveyors, not even land surveyors, it's like a lot of police departments have their own, that it's used a lot in all kinds of forensic things, like involving car crashes and even crime scene investigations, because it can help establish points of references. And maybe
you know what? That's what that is.
Yeah, and I thought maybe they were looking to see where the angle of certain cameras.
That's what they're doing. I never thought about they. A lot of those are like a 3D camera, and they're building like a model of
right
what they're
I read
doing.
a little bit about it. I see Debbie up here has geospatial. That wasn't still what I read. It was GEO. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe spatial. It's like SCATIAL.
Is the audio better now, guys? Let me know if that's better. Yeah, it's like building. Yeah.
But anyway, I thought when I was looking at it, I thought, well, maybe that's what they're doing. They're trying to establish like where cameras, almost like if it was a bullet, like a trajectory, you know, like
Uh-huh.
where certain cameras might be located that would have picked up certain areas in that backyard or whatever, and then
Uh-huh.
looked it up. You know, I Googled a dumb question and got a good answer, actually. So I think that's what they're doing. I don't think they're taking pictures. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, they might be taking pictures of things that they want to look into in the neighborhood, like cameras or something on other houses to help
Mm-hmm.
establish, you know, what house is more likely or what camera was more likely to pick up that particular areas in that backyard.
Right.
But so they might be taking pictures as well as surveying. But that's kind of what it looks like to me. So anyway, that's all I wanted to call and say. I've just been staring at the picture, and I thought, well, I'm just going to Google that and see what Google has to say about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you think, but
Yep.
I think maybe that's what they're doing.
That's what it is. Hold on. I'll show you. I'm going to show people what it is here. 1 second. All right. Thank you so much.
Now,
What is it?
yeah, and Auntie Ree,
Uh-huh.
she's got the right phrase up
Yep.
there.
Yep. Yep.
Factual.
Okay, honey. Someone's calling me. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
From
Clutch your pearls.
Oh my goodness sakes. Justin.
What?
Oh, I'm so happy to hear your voice.
I am
My name is
so happier
Cindy.
to hear yours.
Oh, and not as much as I am to hear yours. But I'm from
You
Frisco,
are.
Texas,
Oh,
and
hi.
this is the first time that I've called. And
Well,
I tried and tried, but I just knew one of these days I'd catch in. Here it was. But I just so enjoy listening to your program. I'm an older lady, and I have nothing but time on my hands, and
mhm.
I listen to you every day because I'm just kind of disabled. So I listen to you every day,
Aw.
and I just think you're the sweetest person in the world.
Oh,
You
thank
do
you.
so much to help people and make people feel good, and
Thank you so
I
much.
believe in everything you say.
Oh, that's very sweet.
But I do have a comment to make, though.
Mhm.
Now, I know this will maybe sound strange to some people, but I guess you'll understand it. I just never hear people talk about it.
Mhm.
But I watch an awful lot of crime shows and court cases and all the YouTube stuff. I'm really into all that. And there are so many cases where people can be brought up on charges and go to jail, you know, and get prosecuted without a body.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking, you know, if TBI and all of them have so much information, why couldn't they bring up these two fools and take them in for good questioning and lock them up just on at least what they know?
Well, because you have the right to remain silent.
Oh, but the thing is, though, that so many of people, they don't remain silent. They deny it forever, and yet they go to prison.
Yes, but I mean, see, when they're not willing to speak, I'm not saying that is what the case is in Chris and Katie's, but I'm just saying in general, when someone is not willing to speak, and if they have committed a crime and they don't give you anything, if they're not going to interview or they're not going to really give you anything with the interview, they're not going to sit and talk to you, then that is where you have to the police and prosecutors have to work extra hard to find that information on what kind of crime they were committing allegedly.
Right. I see what you mean. Yeah, they could take them in and hold them up for a month, and they wouldn't talk and say anything.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, you can ask them to come in. They can, I mean, you can you can haul someone in for an interview, but all they have to say is, before they read you your rights,
Yeah.
is that
Mhm.
you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. But
Right.
even before that, just during the interview process, it's if a person does not, you say you want an attorney, well, this is what the police officer does. They turn around and leave the room.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Mhm.
that's
Right. I
just,
do.
and that there's nothing more than a police likes you to do than talk.
Right.
They want you to
Right.
talk. They want you to talk, 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 talk.
Yeah.
And
And see,
I,
to
I
me, especially Chris, he's screwed up so many times. I
mhm,
mean,
yeah.
several times he said, "Oh, no one will ever find the body."
Hmm.
Well, how do you know? You know, all these things that he says.
Yeah.
It just makes me want to pull all my hair out. Ugh,
Well,
I don't know.
I think um I think a lot of times people get on here that the majority of the people kind of look a little sideways to, like uh Chris and Katie. Most people do. Don and Candace, most people do, when in the Summer
Yeah.
Wells case, and they think they're going to somehow convince the public that they're going to make them maybe believe a certain way, right? That they can
Right.
kind of manipulate the public.
Right.
And people are smarter than that. They're much more intelligent than that. And I
Yeah.
think Chris thought the same thing. I think it takes a real good dosage of uh, narcissism to think that.
Oh, of course.
But I think in their case, that's what they think.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
right.
it doesn't necessarily go that way for them. And then now I think, I don't know this, but we do know that, according to Nina, that then what was it? Uh, Mama Bowerfoot,
Oh, yeah.
her friend was, you know, I guess Chris's attorney when it came to them getting a divorce.
Yes,
And
that's right.
she,
I remember.
went there and read, and so, I was thinking, Chris may not have, re- retained an attorney, because maybe he
Maybe
doesn't
not.
need to retain an attorney. He's got
Yeah.
the one that's people's like, well, if you, retained an attorney, got an attorney. And he said no up until the last time that he was live
Right.
online. But it's very interesting now. I mean, I understand, like, he was quiet whenever his daughter, he had his daughter and stuff, but now she's home.
Right.
So we'll see if he comes out and speaks. I doubt it if he's going to speak much more online, because, to be honest with you, the things, in my opinion, that just uh, the different things that they have stated, and just for instance, him telling Smiley about the reason he whipped Sebastian, and then he
Yeah.
tells Nancy Grace, oh, I can't even remember what it was about. There's just so many things that
Right.
this man has, and this
Oh,
woman.
he puts his foot in his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, they both do, because she just was guilty of it too.
Yeah.
Mm. It's just terrible, terrible, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've thought for a long time, and it's probably not true, but I just kept thinking, because years ago, I heard someone on one of the channels, when I moved here to Texas, oh, pardon me, someone saying that there was a place down on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee where there was a lot of trouble going on with missing children and everything, and the police down there wouldn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept thinking, no matter who they talked to, what was going on, everything was just hush hush all the time, until people got to think that, well, the police and everyone down there is just, or over there, is just all involved in it, and just keep quiet. And I thought that here about these guys too for a long time. But the more I listen to you, and you feel like they know, and I trust your judgment because I know you're a smart guy. But when they
Thank
tell that you probably feel they have more information and just don't want to come out with it. I believe that's probably true.
I absolutely believe that they have a lot of information.
Well, I just hope to goodness one of these days somebody learns something,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be one case taken care of, and there's so many more
Me
that need
too.
taken care of too.
Me too.
That's for sure. And I won't keep you, Justin. I know that you have other calls to take. I just wanted to say, though, you have the most beautiful skin.
Thank you.
I've heard
Very
people
sweet.
say that to you before. Oh, I wish you lived by me so I could get all your tips.
Oh, thank you. Make sure you're subscribed to my other channel. It's called Hey Sweet Tea.
I watch all of them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much, and all the very best to you.
Thank you
and
so much.
I just wish you all the best in your family.
God bless you.
Bye-bye,
Thank you.
Justin. Thank
Bye,
you.
honey. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Great. Get back. It kept saying stream private. I have a mouse, and it has, I don't know how to work it, and I'm just being loaned it, and it's like a game mouse, and like it's got buttons over here, and if you just barely touch it, like it reverses everything. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm getting old. That's what I'm realizing. I'm getting old because I don't know how to work this mouse. It's a game mouse. My kid gave it to me for a little bit until maybe my other mouse is working. I wonder if it's working. Please, baby Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. I wonder if it's working. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can get it to work. Equally, that would be fantastic. I got my regular mouse to work. Did it work? No. You know what happened? Last night, I was going live with Brittany. And before I went live, I spilled a drink. And my mouse did not like that. I was so mad. So mad. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. Thank you so much. Ginger girl, my ginger girl. Thank you so much, my love. is this photogrammetry using visible infrared, spectacle, and thermal imaging of crime scenes? We're going to find out. Let's see.
Reality capture device that delivers faster scans and better results, all housed in the durable casing users trust. The Focus Premium Laser Scanner is built to withstand tough construction environments and is compact enough to go anywhere. With the all-new Faro Stream app for Android tablets and iOS and Android smartphones, project setup and scanner configuration is easier than ever. Scan structures and systems to capture the existing conditions as the first step in your BIM coordination efforts. Scan times have been reduced by an average of 30% when compared to the previous generation Focus scanner. Share scan data with remote team members and collaborate in real time to keep the project moving efficiently. Pre-register scans in the field with the Stream app so that you can leave the site confident the job is done. Upload and process scan projects in the cloud and share with Sphere so clients and teams can make faster decisions with confidence. As always, users can rely on the captured data to verify structure accuracy and avoid construction errors, and keep all specialty contractors coordinated during MEP system installations.
Shit. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I was muted. Lonely, start over.
Okay. Okay. I was listening to an old live, and Katie made the comment that she looked in all over the house, every nook and cranny. Took her less than a minute. She got in the car and she went to drive around looking for him. But yet, she did not look in the backyard. She peeked out the window at one point, she said, and looked in the front yard. But nothing was ever mentioned about the backyard. And that happened to be where forensics team did come back and go check out.
Mm-hmm. And that's the area you see also people walking from out of that area. You know, this common area, as the media puts it, which I've never even heard of a common area really until the media said it.
Me neither.
You know, I'm Appalachian. I'd say they're walking in their backyard.
That's no joke. Everything's back. If it's behind the house, it's backyard.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny how she only spent a minute in her house, less than a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
it would.
I
would be destroying my house.
I would say, I mean, I would be the type of parent that would call extraordinarily quickly, because if I found, you know, my kid in the meantime, I'd say, okay, sorry, found him. I don't need you now.
Right.
At least they'd be on their way.
Right.
And it would be, I would say 5 to 10 minutes or so before I would probably end up realizing, after I'm looking everywhere, it would be probably 10 minutes before I would probably start calling 911.
It would be a lot longer than 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You would look in your backyard as well, wouldn't you?
Oh,
your
absolutely.
Yard,
I would look
your side yard.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere.
Everywhere. And I would honestly, I would go through it more than once. I would go through it at least twice, because you're going to check, and then you're going to check again. That's what the human nature is, right? You're going to going to
Yeah.
double check on that.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And I just thought it was 1 minute, very specific. Never mentioned the backyard. She peeked out the window to the front yard,
Mhm.
but never one iota of the backyard was mentioned at all.
Mhm.
And that happened to be where activity happened to be.
Yep. Yep. It all, well, and just think about this though. If Sebastian walked out by himself, right? He would have walked out
Mhm.
the front door. That's the only door that he could
Right.
have locked without a key from behind him.
Right.
Well, he would have been seen if he would have came out the front door. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, Sebastian wouldn't have, I mean, if he even went out the front door and then went through, down by the, garage, into the gates there into the backyard, well,
Right.
he's going to
He
have,
would definitely be on camera.
he would definitely be on camera, absolutely, but he wouldn't have just stayed there inside the fence, right?
Right.
He
Yeah.
wouldn't have done that. So yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was very telling,
Yeah.
I guess is the word, that the backyard's never mentioned in all of her searching. That's where they came back. The forensic team stayed in the backyard for a while. That's where we see all the flashlight activity
Yep.
in that area, And so what really happened in that backyard is what I wonder.
Something sure did, didn't it?
Something did. And they are avoiding it with all cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway,
Sure.
I just wanted to bring in and pipe up that little bit.
Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you, Lolly. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hold on, guys. I need to fix. All right, guys. So this is what I think happened. How recent was the backyard forensics? I have no idea. Not a clue on that one. I really do not know. I don't know if they found anything. That's not my reporting. So I have no idea. I don't know if they found anything in the back. I don't know if they did any sort of. I mean, I think they did. They came there and they did something, but I don't think that they were like doing major forensics or anything like that. Oh, no. Sorry, 1 second. Right here. All right. This is what I think happened. Oops. I think, in my opinion, okay. You guys see this right here? I wish I had a bigger mouse. I don't know how to make my mouse bigger. I've tried, but it never works. I think whatever happened, right? Either at 3 o'clock in the morning, they came out the garage or out the back and from the back through the gates. I think that they went straight right up here and walked down between the fences and then over toward the yards. Neighbor behind them has cameras all around the house. Yes. Yes, they do. And so, and they walked down through the common area. Katie's van was parked, so they were hidden, leaving the garage, in my opinion. Bingo. Bingo. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Yeah. That's exactly in my opinion. Ginger girl. Did I? Yeah, I said your name. Okay, thank you, my dear. Neighbor behind them has floodlights in back as well. Yes. Yeah, they sure do. Which he carried Sebastian to that waiting car and he told KP to go home. Yeah, I believe someone was telling Katie to go home. Go home. Hurry up, Katie, go. Run. Get out of here. In my opinion. Oh, Marlena, that's so cute. That's so cute. Okay. All right. If anyone wants to call in, they're welcome to call in. Phone lines are open now. Justin, I sent to ICU for you, Chris's attorney. I sent something to ICU for you. Oh, about Chris. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it was something sorry, I'm looking right here. Take this back home with the yeah. Okay. All right. So this is let me show you down here. I'll show it to you. So yeah, I think that you wouldn't have seen it. The van would have been there. Maybe even the trailer. I don't know where their trailer is for their bikes now because the trailer was here. She said her van was here. It was actually the trailer was what it was. Okay, someone just did you email me? Did someone email me? Let me make sure it's not there. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, I don't want that. Okay. Thank you for that. According to Nick Barris, Nick, do you know if any forensics were done? Nick Barris, News Channel 5. In the house, yes. So, according to Nick Barris, he says forensics were done in the house and was parked along the grass. Then the motorcycle trailer next to the house. Yes, which has always been very interesting to me. Oh, yeah, they had the lights out. Yeah, they had the lights out. Sure did. They removed those lights. Sure did. So does that mean they didn't find anything since they were there? No, doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. They can know, but again, sometimes it takes a long time to put things together. Sometimes they are waiting for someone. I do, but we've just got to find Sebastian. We've got to find Sebastian. We have to find him. Where's the bike trailer, Chris? Exactly. I bet no cadaver dogs were inside the house or garage. I don't think no cadaver dogs. There was no cadaver dogs. Even Chris said that there was no cadaver dogs inside the house. I don't think. He said that they were just sent. Whatever, like a trail scent or whatever. Use luminol. No. And guys, this is the thing. I mean, luminol is if there's something that would be right of blood or something. I would feel very I think whatever happened, in my opinion, if there is foul play, it is going to be something from here up. Here up. She heard a thud. She's telling us something. She's telling us something. Definitely telling us something. They have to always have an opening, right? Justin, would you find it unusual if Tony knew Don Wells? I would find it Tony, the TikTok Tony? TikTok Tony? Tony does not know Don Wells. They come from two different parts of the world. Don't let these people try to make you think that Don and Tony know each other, if that's what you mean. The thud could be a sound of deep sedation, in my opinion. I don't know. There's no they don't say anything about giving him medicine. There's nothing about the day after you get to the meal, right? At whatever time that was. They got home at what, 6:45? They don't say. We do know that Sebastian supposedly ate fish. We know about the conversation at breakfast, right? We know about the conversation at breakfast. Sebastian went to brag on his YouTube, or not YouTube, but his with his family, FaceTime. But we don't know nothing about what happened at dinner. What was the conversation like on the way home, Katie, with your son? Did you guys speak any on the way home? Did you play any certain songs? Right? You told him to go take out the trash. He allegedly took out the trash. When he came back in, did you tell him to get in the shower? Nothing about that. Did you tell him to brush his teeth? Nothing about that. Did he come and get a drink in the kitchen from the time y'all got home? Did he get a snack? There's nothing. He came home, took out the trash. He went to his room, said, I heard a thud. And this is when she eventually gets to it. Heard a thud. Bubba, are you all right? Yes, ma'am. Went to bed. The next morning, I woke up. He wasn't there. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's amazing how they tell us that, and they tell the neighbors, or they tell us about Chris and Katie tells us that they were on the phone together for 2.5, 3 hours. And they want us to believe all of that, except they've changed their stories 5,000 different times. But yet, when we see with our own eyes that there is people walking out of the back yard, right in the common area, as the news says, or please hold, honey, 1 second. Where a car is parked, they tell us, no, 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 nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. No, I can tell you, nothing to see there. They say it's absolutely nothing. And then we see one person running back toward their house. And then 3 hours after that, there is a non-911 call that you made on a three-way call. Makes no sense. But there's a child missing 3 hours later. You want us to believe that? No, doesn't work. Hello, Michelle. Sorry for your wait. How are you doing?
No problem. I'm doing great, Dustin. How are you tonight?
Fabuloso. Thank you.
Okay, great. No, what I was trying to communicate in the chat, if Tony has spoken with Don Wells, and the reason why I say that, I was listening to a live recently, and she was playing clips of things that Don Wells had said, and one of them was like not reporting what he knew to the police, and the voice that was interviewing him, and I've played it like 30 times. It's Tony.
What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean.
Tony is interviewing Don Wells. In my opinion, the voice is Tony's.
Where is this interview at?
Shay's Safe Place. Here, let me bring it up.
You think that's Don, or that's Tony? Is that what you're saying? Shay's Safe Place?
Yeah, it was about Don Wells.
Hold on, I can't hardly hear you now, whatever he did. Are you there?
You hear me now?
Yeah, now we can. Yeah.
Shay's Safe Place.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was 2 days ago. Is what was the name of it? Something up. Just let me. I saved it.
Candace Bly, Summer Was Outside, Part 2.
No. Give me a second here. I'll bring it up.
The Truth and Lies, a Proudfoot script. Cool Hand Katie Proudfoot. Writing on the Wall.
It is Writing on the Wall.
Okay.
And if you go in at 1 hour and 49 minutes, and 1 hour and 52
Today-
minutes you can hear Tony's voice, in my opinion. But I've been trying to get somebody else to listen to it, and I can't. So
1 hour and
thought,
49 minutes.
Correct, and 152.
1 hour 49 minutes.
Yeah, I'm dying to hear it. Didn't know what other people think.
Okay. Credit goes to Miss
Alrighty.
Shay. Thank you, my dear.
Selling them things.
All right, thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good night, and look forward to listening.
Thank you,
Okay.
dear.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. People thought it was Josh that interviewed Dawn in jail when it was a detective. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And that was a personal off the guys, but that didn't work out right before.
I could, but I had to comply, and I knew the best thing to do was just to comply with whatever they wanted.
Oh yeah, because you're already trapped in a nightmare that makes no sense.
Yeah. I mean, the smart thing would have been not
That's
to talk to the
Tim.
police. To tell
No.
them,
The smart thing, Don Wells, if you're not shady in any way, just like the rest of the people on Benny Hill
That's
Road,
Tim
the
Mullins.
smart thing to do is flee on. All jokes aside,
you would want to cooperate.
if
you're
my
trying to find
child,
somebody.
if my child was missing, going on Ben Hill,
and your little addiction or your little whatever you got
your
going
little
on.
business or your mailbox, talk
All
police.
right.
No, not if you're give a damn about this baby. Y'all covering up.
That's Tim Mullins. Yeah, it does. It does very,
Stuff
very
is more
similar to
important
Tony,
than
but it's Tim.
everyone of y'all.
probably, but I
No,
felt
wait,
like
we're
this
going to run it more.
anything, and not to talk to them at all, probably, but I felt not doing anything to thing would have been not
Nightmare that makes no sense.
to comply with whatever they wanted.
Wait, I'm just going to go
Oh
back.
yeah,
I'm gonna
because
go back all the way.
you're already
Hang on
trapped
just a
in a.
minute.
He was constantly
Oh
questioning
my
us.
goodness.
I
Oh
felt
my
that
goodness. We're going to go back. Summer Wilson, Doc, and Brandon Schwab did.
Okay, talk.
yes, I wanted to be out searching and doing everything I could, but
Well, now I can see that.
All right, it's Tim. It's Tim. It's Tim Mullins. It's not Tony. It's Tim. It does very. I mean, I can understand why people thinks.
At Dawn.
Does she play
Jody,
it,
they
or does she just keep talking?
I bet you and several.
to tell them not doing anything and not to talk to them at all, probably, but
Really?
I felt like this.
Really?
I wanted to comply with them completely.
Yeah, you wanted to comply with them completely. So why did you say the smart thing to do was not?
Okay, I give up. Yeah, it does. I understand how people thinks it sounds like Tony. That was a live that Tim Mullen did with Don Wells over a year ago. Yep, I remember it. I was there for it. I was there for it. Yeah. Yep, that's Tim, though. It is. There is no way they would know each other. No, but it sounds juicy for a lot of people with content, probably. To be quite honest with you. I don't see it. I mean, I see how people, think that it could be, but I don't think it's there. Watch this.
And heads up the investigation. He sat down for an exclusive one-on-one to talk about what they do when there are few new leads.
I think in the absence of information, what we'll continue to do is go back over everything we've already done once, put a fresh set of eyes on it.
To that end, Craddock says searchers recently found a pair of glasses, which they are checking to see if they belong to Sebastian. He says the parents continue to fully cooperate. Any evidence of foul play?
We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
I asked about an exclusive home security video obtained from the neighborhood the night Sebastian disappeared. You can see two suspicious light sources, which we've circled here, in an area behind the teen's home. Since
I was muted. There we go. Second mute of the day. All right. Right here. I think that they came out and I think they came down between the fences, and then I think they came down through here. There we go. Fresh set of eyes is a good idea.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No,
Why?
because the investigation remains ongoing.
Can't tell you. Now, a lot of people will say it is of no evidentiary value, just like he said. Just like he said. But maybe that little part of what we seen is not much of any evidentiary value. But I can tell you that maybe the rest of it, or parts of it where they back up and leave, maybe that is of evidentiary value. Perhaps. I think so. Oh my God, I just hit a button. They've tried to avoid cameras, motion activated lights in the flashlight video. Common sense. Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Watch this.
And so it could play a role down the road depending on developments?
We don't know what we don't know. So yes, it could play a role.
So many are, of course.
Now, tell me, it could play a role. It could play a role. Usually they would just say, we have no comment, or it may have evidentiary value, it doesn't. But he says it could. These two little dots may have evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
I'll tell you why. In my opinion, I'll tell you why. Because they know, in my opinion, it is somebody's with their camera holding their camera, walking around a car, after they do what they do. Go home, Katie. And they squeal out of the driveway. Not really squeal, but they leave. They leave. That is why. they can't tell us what those cell phones are. They are cell phones. They are cell phones. And when I was speaking to someone the other day, and someone before that, they're cell phones. Very good point, Vet Girl. Hello, all. Hi, darling. In my opinion, no evidence because they can't identify who or what or where, but when they can, it will. That's a point. That's a point. Oh, yeah. It's odd. Okay. Well, listen. Whenever law enforcement told the neighbors to go through their cameras, right, to see if they had seen Sebastian anywhere. Well, the neighbor was looking through her cameras that night. Now let's do this. Right? Neighbor looking through her cameras that night. Right? Looking through her cameras. And she didn't see Sebastian anywhere. But she was wondering who the hell was outside of her driveway. Can you go to the vehicle? Can you go to the vehicles in the driveway video? Yes, I can. Somewhere. Bear with me 1 second. I'll have to find it. But yeah, I can go to that. She was wondering who the hell this was outside of her driveway. You know, they told him to look for Sebastian because they thought Sebastian had walked out his door from the Proudfoot home. But so she just continues to look at the camera because she's wanting to know, why is there someone outside of her home? And so she continues to look, and you eventually see two lights coming around. I'm trying to find the video. The car, they are working around the car a little bit, and then the lights, the car is started, right? And then you see one of the phones, someone carrying the phone, running back a lot faster than they came to the area, right? A lot faster. It's phone lights, right? Yes, it's phone lights. It's not when I say the phone light, it is the screen of the light, not the flashlight. It is the screen of the light. Yes. Let me show you this. I'm trying to find it somewhere. I mean, you can clearly see right here that someone is walking through the night. It's clear as it could be. Let me find the. I see. Do you have the? See that right there? You can see someone. It's clear as day. I'm trying to get the video. Bear with me, y'all, because I want to show y'all something. Let me get it. Okay, here's one of the videos. Right? Phone lines are still open if anybody wants to call. But I'm going to take this off and I'm going to make me smaller. Right? Oh, how do I? Bear with me 1 second. Watch. These lights are going to come on. See, the lights come on. You can see it. Having the screen on shows bodies. Right? And remember, we only have 30 seconds or less of this video. That's it. There is a lot more to this. And as you see, the light kicks on. This is a tail light. These people are coming. They're working around the area, and then this car, right? Here's the person's driveway. Here's the road. They're parked over here. This car doesn't continue to go forward, it backs up. Remember that. It backs up. Now, why is that car why is that vehicle backing up? Well, that's an interesting question. Because it seems to me that they want to, not go down to the end of the road, back up when there is a ditch on the side. Yes. Quick getaway. It knows it's not a through street. Well, the only reason you go in that neighborhood is if you're living there, you're delivering something. And you don't deliver things in people's backyard. And you wouldn't be walking through multiple people's backyards at 3:00 in the morning. Because it knows there is no lights. Yes. I agree. Very much. they better plan on showing that whole video at some point. Sets a camera down. Oh yeah, they sent cameras down the drains, all of that in that area. They sure did. They sure did. I mean, why would I mean, I don't think Sebastian is going to jump in a drain barefooted. I don't think he's going to even remotely accidentally fall in a drain. Clutch your pearls.
Hello.
Hello.
Just in this video that you were playing,
Uh-huh.
to the far right, do you see the computer?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the date on the computer?
Yes.
That can be altered. So that really isn't the issue that I'm wanting to point out here.
I can barely hear you, honey. You're going to speak up a lot louder.
Hold on. Let me turn it up. I'm at work.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me? Is that better?
A little bit. Okay.
Is that better?
Much better.
Okay. So in the far right, you see the computer. The date on that computer can be altered. I believe this is when the CCTV was altered. If you play the video, you hear a motor running in the background. I believe that to be the RV. I want to see and say that in this video, you can see a reflection from the windshield.
I can't hear you,
RV.
honey.
Okay.
There you go. Now I can.
Okay. So I'm so sorry. In the windshield of the RV at some point, I don't know if it's visible to the eye, but if you take a screenshot, you see the reflection in the RV. And in between two people, there's some small legs.
Now this is at the house. This is at the neighbor's house.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yes. I just want to make that statement. That's all that I want to say.
Okay. Now you want to make. Okay. Now what is it about though? You're saying about an RV?
Do you see the computer? Right
Oh.
there to the right.
Oh, in the video.
CCTV footage is being altered in that moment.
Do you think so?
So, I think so. That's my opinion.
Okay. Let me see if I got it here.
And if you take a screenshot of that, you're going to see a reflection in the windshield of whatever vehicle that they are in.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay.
And then alter that, focus that in, and that's going to bring into view what I'm speaking of.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I'll look at that.
On in the next few days. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Good talk to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. No, Mohawk. I didn't understand what she was saying either. But can someone get me this video? Hold on, let me see. With where you can see someone recording. When you can see like the, let me look at something. Because this is interesting. If I now know what she's talking about. Okay, I got it. Never mind. I think I got it. 1 second. Copy. I've got we're going to do a little experimento here. Video. Okay. So she's saying, let me, damn it. Wrong one again. She is saying where someone at the, I guess, the end of this, if I got the right one, she says you can see, doesn't have a motor or windshield. What she is saying is there's a reflection of like an RV or something. Like there's a glare or something. I'm trying to see if this is the right video. I guess it must be on the longer one. I don't know if I have the longer one here. Let me check. Does anyone have the longer one? Because I want to check and see. Let me look here. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, Chris, Smiley, Chris and Katie. Okay, 1934. Okay, it might be this one. Let's see. We'll check. To the front light and the back lights are awfully far apart. I'm just wanting to see if there's like caller, could you call back? Because I am not understanding, apparently. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. You can see KP reflection. I went past it. I don't see it. Hold on, I'm getting some text. Okay, someone sent me a picture with only a song. Flashlight. 1 second. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to show you all this. I think this is what they're talking about. Let me see here. I could see it a moment ago, but now I can't see it. Look at this. Um, is that what they're talking about? Like a face? I don't know. It starts getting a little. It starts getting a little weird looking after that. I won't. I won't, like, see, Lynn. I put it on a different program so nobody can see it like that. I don't see anything, but clutch your pearls.
Hi, Justin. It's Lexi. I sent you the picture.
Yes, Lexi. Hi, thank you.
You don't see it? Okay.
Mm,
So go to the tire.
uh-huh.
Can,
I see the tire.
is there? Okay. Do you see feet?
Do I see feet?
Yes. In the okay. Take your little blue mouse and go to the left a little. Keep going to the left. Up. Yeah.
Okay. Where am I looking at feet?
Okay. Keep going. All right. Now go up on the side of the truck.
There's legs. Up at the
You
side.
can see an image, a reflection.
Are you talking about like right here? Oh, crap. Crap. Damn it. Sorry, 1 second. All right.
Yep, right there. Do you see it? You're
Right-
circling it
right here?
now. Yes.
It looks like Donald Duck to me. I see Donald Duck right here with the beal in its eyes.
If you
I don't know. What do you
am
see?
I echoing to you?
No, you're not echoing.
Okay.
What do you see?
I see leg. Looks like a shoulder or a hand coming down. Maybe even breast there at the top where the I don't even know if it's chrome on the vehicle. I don't see a head.
I mean, I see, but I don't, I mean, I just think that's a reflection. I think that's probably an emblem that goes down the side, and I think this is just a reflection. To me, this looks right here, this behind it right here, it looks like a pig or an anteater. That's what I see. I don't know. I think that's like an emblem. That's what I see. Let me see here. Let me see if I can put some filters on it. Let's see, maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know because we're kind of. I took my earbuds out, but for some reason I can hear you. I'll try and outline what I see there. You can see it a little bit better, or
Yeah.
you do your magic with the thing. All right, I'll let you go.
Thank you, my dear.
All righty, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Looks like a cell phone of a girl. Now, I'm personally not convinced, but these things need to be looked at just a little the littlest thing. I mean, I'm not convinced. I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, we got to remember what we're looking at, right? So look at this. I mean, I can be wrong. I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but so remember, we're on the corner, right? We're on the corner way up high.
Hi.
Clutch your pearls.
Hello again.
Hello.
So, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I got to turn. There we go. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep, my
Okay.
dear.
Okay. Right now, as you're viewing it, right there, I know you zoomed in, but you don't even have to. There is a reflection towards the bottom half of the screen. If you take a screenshot of that and then go back into your photos and alter to bring it in even stronger. You know, I can't think of the word right now, but
Are you talking of the
you-
video?
yeah, right now where you are and what you are showing, I see the reflection from the bottom half, like where the tire is, to the end of the screen here. That reflection that I am looking at right now, if you take a screenshot of it and you go back to your photos and you alter the photos to bring the image into focus more, you're going to see it. Does that make sense?
So, all right, watch me and are you talking about this area right here?
I don't know. I don't know what you're pointing at because I'm just seeing, because I'm on with you right now. Towards the end of the play button that I'm looking at right now, towards the end of the screen, to the bottom of that truck, basically. Don't look to zoom into any of the trucks or anything. There is a reflection within whatever they are sitting at and sitting in, whatever vehicle they're sitting in a vehicle. There is a reflection. Take a photo of that, and you're going to see whatever's inside that vehicle that they're in. You can faintly see there is two small legs, and there's a color of a shirt on the left, the color of the shirt on the right. So there's two people sitting there, and in between the two people are some small legs.
Maybe that's not the video. Hold on. Where? Oh, giving you the wrong video is why. God bless me.
Hold on.
Let's see here.
I'm going to get out of here and see if maybe I can go.
Okay.
Because you're just paused while I don't even see.
Is it when it's zoomed in? Is that what you're saying?
And have to zoom in because the reflection, it does if two people are sitting in, let's say, for example, the RV, and there's a big screen, the big windshield in front of them. The lights are giving a reflection from that windshield. And when you take a screenshot, it is going to bring that image into focus even more.
See, I don't know. I am totally confused about what you mean by RV.
I know.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's because you don't see it. So whatever vehicle, not stating that it's actually an RV either. I know that the motor is running in the longer video. You can hear a motor.
Is it by the garbage cans?
It is just what we are looking at right now. When you were zooming into that white truck, you didn't even have to zoom in. You did not need to zoom in. Just take a screenshot. Don't even look for anything. And then go back to that screenshot and alter the imagery until you bring it into focus. You are going to see, if your eyes stay off the decent, you're going to see two little legs and two people, one on each side.
But what part do I screenshot?
So let's just say you went to the video, and right before we got to the focus of the computer, you can do it beforehand or right in the middle of that.
All right. Can you send an outline to me so I can kind of?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. All right. Send it to me. All right. Bye bye.
All right.
I don't know what the hell. I really don't. I don't know. I mean, I give up. I don't know. I mean, there's other people that see it. I'm not convinced. Something is right there. We know that. Unless a garbage can ran into the fucking house.
Rhonda.
Hello, Rhonda.
Hey, Justin. What I'm seeing while you're moving around there is a reflection of that woman copying that video out of that woman's house. I see a reflection. Looks like a white coat or something she's got on.
Oh God, what'd I do? What'd you say?
I think that, are you there?
Yes.
I think what she's seeing, that's not a reflection of someone looking out an RV window. That's that woman copying the digital image inside that woman's house that she's seeing, because that's the copy that was sent to Nick.
Yeah, this was someone copying off of a screen. Yes, you're right. Because whoever got this, it was the neighbor or the neighbor's friend that took this from. It was the neighbor who had this. She sent this to her friend. So, like, if it's a reflection from the screen, it has nothing to do with any of it. Right? This is
right.
So, 1 second, please. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I just wanted to. I think she's got us all confused.
Well, you know, I just wanted to outline it, and we'll see. It's not. She says, I see the RV thought a while shirt too. Could be. I mean,
Yes,
I
it's
might
a
not be
white
seeing
shirt.
something.
It's no RV. It's a white shirt. It's a white, that white, what we were going over here a while back, if you remember.
Where's
And it was
SL?
like
Is SL in here? Where's my darling SL? Now SL, she has seen something from the get-go about something, and I am just not convinced personally.
I don't see the RV, but it looks to me like someone is standing taking a picture of the monitor.
Right.
But I do see a little shadow on that black truck that's on the, as soon as the lights pop on bright, I do see a movement on that side.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something a little different. of something moving as soon as the lights pop on. If you pay it close to that fender well there,
Right. Now,
if you can see some sort of movement going on there.
right.
But I just wanted to. I see that white coat or whatever it is, but I don't see no RV.
The
I think
caller
it's
said
like
the
a
motor
2-in-1
sounded like.
shot.
Oh, there is no RV parked in the middle of the road. I mean,
No.
listen. The neighbors know what kind of vehicle it is. There's a couple houses right there that have the video of them pulling up, them parking, and them backing out, and then go. But we just don't know what that is.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no RV there. That's what I was looking at. See, now look at the hand of that. You see one up there where you got that picture?
Mm-hmm.
You see her hand, you see her T-shirt, you see her coat. She's got her phone or something up looking right at that monitor.
No.
You don't see it?
No.
It's right in the dead center. She got her arm up. It would be on your left, my right.
Nope. Don't see nothing. Okay. Sorry.
We're all seeing things by the time this is over with, ain't it?
Yeah. We all need to be in the paddy wagon by the time it's over. I'm telling you.
I see her. I see like an arm. You can see her elbow with the white coat. Fine.
Yeah.
Right behind that truck with the light on there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, honey.
I think that's why I'm sitting there. But man, I appreciate it. I just wanted to wait y'all had that up if you seen it.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, she sent a screenshot of this. Yes, I finally see it. I'm not very good at this stuff. So, like, it's like a white blurred image in the center bottom. I mean, I see this. I see that, but I'm just not convinced that that's anything. I don't know how that can be anything. I just don't understand how, right? Like, where's my beloved SL? I just don't, like, we're sitting up here, right? Let's not forget where we're sitting. Let me show you. Let me show you where we're sitting from. Okay. We're sitting right here. Viewing. Right. But, you know, with, you know, when it comes to the ruckus video, I don't believe that is anything. There's things that I do believe in, and there's things that I don't. But, you know, we all have different feelings, you know, to this. So we're sitting right here, right? Now, what I don't understand, okay, now help me. Oh, crap. Let me go a little bit closer. All right. How are we seeing things right through here, like right in this area, whenever they're over here? That's what I don't understand. Why are we seeing things right in this area, right, where like the trash cans and all of this stuff is, whenever it's over here, the car is over here? It's a reflection of a person recording their screen. That's what I think it is. I hate that damn button. Sorry. Oh. You got my phone number. You got my phone number. Because it's a reflection. I think it's a reflection of someone. I don't even think it's a reflection of someone. I just think it's a I just think it's I think it's like the night vision. Lisa, he didn't record it off of someone's phone. So the neighbor, the person who is taking that video that we see moved in with the date, that is actually the neighbor who took the video. She took that video. Then she sent it to her friend. Okay? She then sent it to her friend. She told the friend not to send it to anybody. Right? The friend then sent it to Nick Barris. A part of it. So the person recording that cannot be Chris. There is one person that had that, and it was the friend's, the neighbor's friend. Now, I don't think they're no longer friends because she betrayed her friend. But I digress. What if the video footage is actually from a cell phone or a tablet? What do you mean? The hell? That went my camera again. Fuck is going on? Can y'all see me? Oh my god. The thing keeps going in and out. Like they recorded the screen from their phone. Yes. So nosy neighbor caught them. Yes. Yes. The neighbor was told not to give that out. And she had sent it to her friend before, but she told her friend not to do that. Yes, police were mad. They did not want the friend gave out some of that video, but she didn't give it all out. She didn't give it all out. That she didn't do. Oh, there's the number if you want to call in SL. But there's a lot more to that video. A lot more. And it would be interesting to have that video from, because what they're wanting, they are wanting, from what I understand, allegedly, they are looking at the neighbors' videos from Sunday morning. Sunday morning all day to Sunday night to Monday. Clutch your pearls.
Oh, well, hey there.
Hello.
This is Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you, Jenny?
You are fabulous.
Thank you.
And I am all right today.
Good.
I've noticed this going back and forth with whether Chris was there that night or not. And yes, he was there. I mean, you know, these two people both lie like Persian rugs. And
So, in your opinion, he was there?
Well, you know, Sebastian did leave his telltale signs on Chris. Let's not forget that. You know, his teeth marks are the evidence. Those are not dog bites.
In your opinion. You got to say in your opinion. Come on. Work with me. You got to work with me.
In my opinion, as an ex-medical examiner.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Those are definitely human teeth marks.
You think so?
Canines are round. Yes. I've been bit by dogs and I've been bit by humans.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Canine. Let's look at that. Let me show that.
Canines, you know, dogs
Their teeth
have
are round.
Round.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's a very,
And
very good point.
And they only have little tiny teeth in between those canines
Mm-hmm.
in the front. And from what I've seen before, those ones left by Sebastian line up perfect with an overlay of his mouth. And
now,
he
I mean,
wanted to make sure, you know, he left his mark on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Something.
plus, you know,
There's two different what?
I said they are two totally different types of teeth, human and dog.
Right.
And you can't get away with not noticing that.
Yeah, he said this was, I don't know if he said it was dog bites or dog scratches.
Well, well, Sebastian could have scratched him too. You know, I mean, he had what kind of dog?
Well,
teeny dogs?
I mean, can you see the screen right now?
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of dog he had. Someone sent me a picture of their Morkie and said this is what she brushes the dog's teeth, and she was showing the dog's teeth.
Those are not Morkie teeth marks.
Yeah.
Those are way too big. Way too big.
I mean,
They
this
wouldn't go
over
across
here,
almost
his
the
arm looks.
whole arm.
Compare his right arm to his left arm. The right arm looks more red. It looks more inflamed. I don't know, but it something is wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong in Denmark for sure. You know, those are human. See how straight they are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, really now.
Yep. And Elisa, that's what I was thinking. You know, whenever, you know, it's winter time there, right? Even if it's 50 or 60 degrees, you're going to be wearing longer sleeves or a coat, and you're not even going to think about it because
Well, this boy was fighting for his life. I'll tell you that. And Chris is the one that had him. You don't see these on Katie. You see those on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the culprit. He was there.
Right.
He was there that night. I don't care what he says, because almost everything that comes out of his mouth so far has been a lie. So how can we trust him on something like this when it's so obvious they're human?
Well, that's what everyone says that I've spoken, privately to, is it's so obvious. It's so apparent. It's so obvious. That's what they all say. It's so obvious. It's so apparent. Like, can they not see? I'm like, well, I don't know.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I
What
mean,
makes them think it's dog bites? I mean, who's the brain? I mean,
I do
can't
not
say that
think.
because
I don't think. In my opinion, I do not feel like law enforcement or TBI ever looked at his arms. I
I
don't.
don't see how you could not.
Well,
see
if you're
his arms.
wearing long sleeves and you're thinking it's a runaway for a few days, yeah.
Well, it looks like this was, I guess, taken on what, the 8th day?
8th day.
This interview?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess he had to wait for them to heal a little bit, at least for a week, because this boy really dug into this guy here. I mean, like I said, he was fighting for his life, and he was going to leave his mark to show something had happened with him from this guy. And it's already been told, anyway. That's what I was going to mention also when you were doing the RV thing. I think it was yesterday or the day before. The Proudfoot did switch those RVs out for him.
The what?
Yeah, the RVs.
I'm not
you said that
convinced
they
of
were-
that yet. I'm not convinced of that yet. I've looked at it, and I believe that whoever took that one picture got it confused with the neighbor.
No, because there was it was about probably about 2 months ago, from a guy that worked for the Proudfoots, and he was an older guy, and he did say that they were switched out for some reason, that Chris wanted a different one. So that one that he switched out with Proudfoot needs to have forensics done on it.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Proudfoot, did switch out RVs with him. Because I guess, they own a fleet of buses. They, own a fleet of,
Well, the family works
RVs.
for a motor coach company. They're big into the motor coaches and all of that. That's what they've done for quite a while. But I'm not. Chris, come back to talk, Justin. Chris,
But yeah, in this interview,
what do you mean,
that
Margie?
the old man gave, about the Proudfoots and the Bower Sox. The Bower Sox that switched it out with Chris, the RV, because the old man said that they did that for some reason. He wasn't afraid to say anything. This guy that worked for, them, Well, I don't care, you know. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
about ready to retire anyway, so, you know, I really don't care. And this is about 2 months ago when he gave this interview. I can't remember who he had the interview with, but they said, you've got to listen to this, you know.
Right.
And it was very, very interesting.
Yeah, one of them came on my channel. One of them came on my channel. Hey, I'm getting a call. I'm going to end it
All right.
there, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
From. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Clutch thy pearls. Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
this is Sherry, or Sal.
Hey, how are you, dear? Hello?
Here.
All right, what's up?
Okay, you wondering about that photo and screenshot?
I mean, I hear what people saying.
I was going to explain.
Okay.
Okay. I swear by this. I swear that they are carrying a mattress. There are 2 men carrying it. There are 2 women walking next to them.
Is this SL?
You can actually, yes.
Okay, gotcha. I couldn't understand you for a minute. There we go. Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry, my dear.
Okay. Well, that is from the same footage as flashlight
Right.
and crash truck video. And there are 3, possibly 4 individuals, 2 men, 1 at each end. One man looks like he's got a white hazmat suit on with a red hat. And there's a woman walking next to him. And there's a reddish orange on the mattress. Something reddish orange running down the side. I'm sorry.
You're okay. Now, do you see this at the bottom? Is that what you're talking about?
That is below the silver truck in the middle of that
Uh-huh.
flashlight video.
Yeah.
Where you're showing the mystery car.
Uh-huh.
They're shadows, but it's lightened up. Another creator lightened it up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm convinced that it's individuals carrying a mattress. There's something reddish orange on top. And then in some of the photos, you can see it kind of running down the side.
Uh-huh.
There's a heavy set man at one end. He's got a white hazmat suit on with a red cap or hat. And at the other end, a man with white top with a woman walking next to him. I've actually seen the video in motion.
Right. How I don't understand how they would be here.
I don't know how it got there, how that video picked it up, but it did. I don't understand it. No one probably does, but what else like that would get picked up on that video?
Uh-huh. Huh. It's interesting. You're not the only one that said that. I mean, a lot of people said that.
Another creator thinks it's a woman with a long white cardigan on. Graphic T-shirt. That the orange is something in the graphic T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I'll look at it and keep seeing it. Now, they did say that these 2 individuals were walking around the car area, right? And they,
Right, I heard that.
but I don't know. I just don't understand. It's crazy.
Well, like I said, I've seen the actual video in motion before it was even cleaned up, and I could see them
they were having a tough time with the mattress, and it even came like up on the side a little bit.
All right, my dear. Thank you so much.
I'm convinced. I am 100% convinced that's what it is. So
I know. We've talked about it, behind the scenes, and I
oh,
thank you, my love.
okay. Well,
Love
I'll
you to
just finish
pieces.
watching.
Love
Love you
you.
too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. That's our sweet SL. She is the sweetest thing ever.
Where from?
Julie.
Clutch thy pearls.
Hello, Justin.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Let me put my volume down.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better?
We got a little. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. I called in to Brittany J months ago when we first started discussing it. First of all, I want to say you and Brittany are the only two channels I follow. I admire your integrity, the way you handle situations, and
Thank you, dear. Hey, sweetie, can you speak up just a little bit? We can't hardly hear you.
okay.
There we
Is that
go.
better?
Yes, like that. Yes.
Okay. What I'd like to say, and I'm going to say first of all, this is in my opinion, but it is also in my experience as a domestic abuse survivor. Those marks on his arm, on CP's arm,
Mhm.
I've been in a headlock. Okay,
Uh-huh.
those are defensive headlock wounds. That is the only way you can get a defense, is to bite and grab, because when you get to the point where you can't breathe, you can't move, and you can't get away when someone has you pulled in, to me, that the first time I saw his arm in those pictures, it clicked immediately for me. And I'm jumping.
Mohawk says that I forget, there's these type of I like hugs or something like you do to calm down like people with autism whenever.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Deep pressure hug, and
that's usually on the chest area, not the neck. And it's harder to get your mouth down toward the chest area because your chin gets in the way.
you're going low again. You got to get up.
It's hard to get your mouth down when you're holding someone in a chest hug, a pressure hug. My grandson is autistic, and I raised him since he was a baby, so I'm familiar with the deep pressure hugs. It's harder for someone to get their mouth down toward the chest area when you're in a deep pressure hug, because the chin stops at a certain point and you can't go down much further. I'm talking about one under the neck. If you take your own arm and put it up where the crease of your elbow is under your neck. You understand what I'm saying? And put your mouth down. You're gonna fit. Your mouth is gonna fit right in the crease of that arm. And I've been in that situation before. It's just a thought.
Okay.
It's a thought. And you're also going to reach up to grab and scratch. Because you're struggling to breathe at that point. And the minute I saw that, it brought me back to being in that position. So that's just my take on it. I could be wrong, but to me, it makes sense, and it's an explanation. And like I said, I've been in that type of a hold under my neck like that. And when you can't breathe, there's not much you can do. You're opening your mouth anyway to try to get breath. And when you are in a defensive mode, fight or flight, the only
reaction you're going to have in that situation is to bite or to reach up if you can and scratch, pull. And to me, the skin is not broken like a dog bite would be. A dog bite is more of a piercing. A human teeth is more of a kind of a more flat type indentation, pressure mark. So to me, that's what it looks like. I don't know, I could be wrong, but the minute I saw it and the circumstances and knowing the abuse that the child suffered before and being a survivor of abuse myself, that was it just clicked in my head, and it could just be my trauma response. But sometimes trauma responses are an instinct, and that's really all I wanted to say. But I talked to Brittany about this months ago, and nobody agrees or disagrees. Everybody has an opinion, but I just wanted to bring that up because to me it looks more of a defensive bite and grab type, where you would have your, like I said, the crease inside of your elbow up under the neck. Just a thought.
All right.
Think about it.
Thank you.
A scary thought.
Yeah,
Scary thought.
I'm sorry you've been through all of that. It's something you never get over. You can remember that forever.
No, you do remember it, and it brings you back to that situation of what did I do? What could I have done, or maybe what could he have done? And I don't like to accuse people, but we're talking about true crime here. We're talking about a child's life and a defenseless child. What other situations he's overpowered? It's the only type of defense I would see, And like I said, a dog bite is more of a deep puncture. I don't see a deep puncture as far as like a piercing. I see more of a flat indentation type wound. So just a thought. Maybe other people could, put their opinion if they agree or disagree.
Yeah. Hey, honey, I'm getting other calls. I'm going to answer that, okay? Thank you.
Call from
Rhonda McDowell.
Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Well, yes, I shall, Justin. Since you asked so nicely.
I even sang to you.
What's that?
I even sang to you.
Yeah, I have a few things I just want to quickly comment on.
Please.
The first one, what's that?
I said please.
The first thing I'm not going to take credit for, but somebody in chat a little while ago said something about they thought that there was a Fitbit or an Apple Watch on somebody in the video. And I can't see that, but I'm starting to think maybe they do have those devices and if they wear them every day, so maybe they forgot to take them off that night and it would show where they had walked. I wonder if law enforcement have looked to those.
Even your phones have them now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Your phones, you don't even really need it. I mean, you can still have a Fitbit if you would choose to, but even your phones, there's apps for that tells you how many steps, where you stepped, and all that. So if you share your...
Sure. But I'm just saying some people still do wear the Fitbits, and maybe it's like just they weren't something they would not even be thinking about in that moment because of it. So I said if law enforcement look for those things if possible.
Yes. And
Second thing, a lot of
Katie does have an Apple Watch in some of her pictures. She sure does.
Yep, that ought to be a warrant, and they ought to see exactly where that was.
Yep. All right. What else was it, my dear?
Okay. A lot of people are saying there's no way those are bites on his arms. I've thought they were from the very beginning. And one thing people don't remember, the human mouth is extremely dirty, and it takes a while, and especially if it's a deep bite, which that should have been it if he was fighting for his life. In my opinion, those would still be that shape because it does take longer to fight those bacteria from human mouths.
Mhm.
That's the second thing. And the last thing I think I just want to address is everybody's saying, well, why didn't they just give him to Seth? I have some thoughts about this. I was raised by a narcissistic mother
Mhm.
who refused my dad have us. She would hide us in foster care and all sorts of things.
Mm.
And she wanted us. She just didn't want him to have us. And
Right. Is that a pride?
it's a narcissist.
Yep.
It's a trait. The other thing is if Sebastian was going to need lifelong care, which we don't know how he would have developed, we don't know for sure, but if he would have been, a rest of your life type of situation, and financially situation, and caring. And I have a feeling that they were concerned if Seth took him and it worked out, they would end up paying child support for the rest of their life.
Well, now there is they wasn't going to they had a 50-50 thing, which means neither one of them paid child support.
Feeling that Seth might have eventually wanted that, and they were concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And but honestly, the biggest motivator for a narcissistic parent is they just don't want the other parent to have that child. They don't want them, but they don't want them to have them.
Right.
And that's just how some people's brains that are suffering from those type of conditions work.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I wanted to say, and I really appreciate you, Justin.
Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate you calling in.
Yep. Have a great night.
You too, Rhonda. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Could someone drop a membership link? Someone just sent me this photo in the middle. She says, he or she says, this is a bite from a 10-year-old. So, is that the arm? Is that a leg? Whatever they bit on. That looks like a lot of teeth. Eva, what type of device are you on? Well, it's flat. It's definitely flat. It just, I think it would depend on how much skin you would get. It could be a bite. It could be a scratch. It could be something that hurt his arm while moving, carrying stuff. Okay, it was on the arm, this person says. Sebastian had a lot of baby teeth still. How can he have baby teeth? He's 15. You don't have baby teeth at 15. You should have lost your molars and everything by 15. Well, once he become an adult, the state. Thank you, Crazy. Thank you, my love. I really do appreciate the support, my dear. Thank you for 2 continuous months. His teeth had open contacts in pics I've seen. Open contacts. Sebastian smiled. His teeth were just small. My oldest son had baby teeth 15. My 16-year-old always lose your baby teeth. A dentist would help with that. I've got a picture of a smile. I mean, these are adult teeth. These are definitely his adult teeth here. These are not baby teeth. The fronts at least. I don't know what his bottom teeth look like. Sebastian's radiant smile. She didn't get any teeth at all until she was 22 months old. My kids were at least 17 when they had wisdom teeth pulled. Oh, wisdom teeth are a whole different thing. Some people don't get their wisdom teeth till they're in their 30s. I mean, it's heard why. Hello, Dana.
Is this Justin?
This is.
Oh my goodness. Well, Justin, I'm sorry I'm late. I kind of just started your live stream. I saw your phone number on there. I know you were talking about Sebastian Rogers.
Yep, we're live
And I
still.
just
Just want to let you know. We're still live.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to give you my 2 cents worth here
Got it.
of what I think. Okay.
Mhm.
I think this was premeditated between Katie and Chris. And I think Katie kind of got an ultimatum. You know, either Sebastian went, Chris was going. And I think, I also think Chris had told her that, you know, if we break up, this is my house and it's going to be you two leaving. I'm not going to be the one leaving. And I also feel like Katie did not want to give Sebastian to Seth because Katie has a lot of hurt feelings towards Seth, and that would have just killed her.
Mhm.
And I think most of the communication between the three of them were between Chris and Seth because Katie didn't even want to talk to Seth, okay? She
Mhm.
couldn't stand the idea of Seth having Sebastian. And even if her and Chris broke up, I don't think Katie was willing to take on the burden because she felt Sebastian was a burden. I also don't think, well, I think Sebastian is gone, unfortunately.
Mhm.
I don't think his life ended in their house. I think they were smarter than that. I think Katie tricked him somehow and took him somewhere and unfortunately ended his life. And that's hard to say. Gosh, I would hate for Seth to hear this, but it's really kind of what I feel. And, you know, they were pretty smart.
Did you say something about faith?
Well, I think, you know, a lot of the motive for Chris was he could not stand Sebastian. He hated that kid. I mean, you can tell it by the way he talks about Sebastian.
Mhm.
It's in such a non-loving way. And I think he wants faith. And you got to remember, Chris's mother, Kathy, I mean, her two goals in life right now, I feel, are to get custody of Faith
Uh-huh.
and to keep Chris out of prison. And she's going to do whatever it takes. I mean, why would her and her husband be out harassing people who are looking for Sebastian? I mean, think of all the things that have happened in this case. And
Right.
you've got to really think of what's driving these people to do these things. And Chris and Katie not looking, pulling down flyers, not wanting people to talk about Sebastian and keep his name out there. I mean, the first thing a mother would do, I mean, she would be begging anyone to help her find her son.
Mhm.
Okay, especially a son that's more vulnerable than
Right.
than a lot of other children his age, right?
Right.
And I think because there was no trace of anything in that house, and at first, because you got to remember, kids, the police, when they go to a neighborhood like that, they're not going to be probably thinking the same thoughts if they go to a very low income, rundown neighborhood with people who some people might say are trashy or I mean, I don't want to put people down. Don't get me
Sure.
wrong, but you know, because when a neighborhood's super nice and everything, people just always have this misconceptions that people like that,
Have no
you know,
problems.
wouldn't be capable of anything.
Uh-huh.
This is so just heinous as doing away with a child. Okay,
Well,
and
I mean, they get pissed off too, right? So.
yeah, but I think it took the police too long.
Oh, I do too.
to
I
kinda
think
realize-
absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's where they messed up, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm sure they didn't like check the drain in the bathtub and Sebastian's bathroom. I mean, I don't think they did any kind of things like that at the beginning or even maybe at all.
Right.
And I really feel like if they do find Sebastian, I think that he's going to be naked. I think he's been buried. I don't think he was buried right away. I think they stashed him somewhere and buried him after, like, when they left the home.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just my feelings, right? And everybody can have their own opinion. It's okay if people think I'm totally off track or if they don't agree with me. That's okay because everybody can have their own opinion, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
But I can't stand these people, all these people killing their children, and I don't know what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a grand. It's so heartbreaking, Justin. And I got the first case I really ever got so attached to, and my husband says obsessed with, is Summerwell. And here's another case where they don't have any concrete evidence against the perpetrators.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't found me, which I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I think Sebastian's gone. Someone would have seen him somewhere by now. Okay, I mean,
You would think.
be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And God Almighty, I just hope they get something to hang these people on who are responsible. And poor Sebastian, he's already gone.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he feels very betrayed by his mother.
Yes.
And why she would behave like that. If she really felt such a burden, she should have put whatever feelings she had against Beth.
Right.
And I went through my own divorce where my ex-husband would do anything to hurt me, which would also hurt our children. But just to get back at me, he was willing to do anything.
I'm so sorry.
You see what I'm saying? Well, it's not about me. This is about Sebastian.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to make the point that people sometimes know situations. I don't understand it.
I know. Hey, my dear, I'm getting another call. I've got to answer the other call, okay? But thank you so much for calling and offering your opinion.
And thank you for
Good night.
taking
God
my
bless.
call. Yeah, Mom.
Clutch your pearls.
I got a hold of my pearls. You got yours?
Hold on. Yes, I do. Yep. Got a hold of.
This is Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Pam, I love it. Hey, I just want to say, did you happen to catch an interview with another, one of you guys, about there being some kind of interest in the backyard?
Oh, yeah, about the that they might have found,
He
that they allegedly found someone in the backyard?
Well, they found some interest in prep or in tea and Chris's backyard.
Yes, that's what a YouTuber came out and stated, right?
Yeah, they made a phone call. They said, I won't say his name, but
Right.
I watched his little thing, and he made a phone call and to law enforcement, and they told him.
Yeah.
And as far as forensics goes, he said, that they had done that also. TDI or whatever it's called did that, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So he said just 2 phone calls, and, he got that kind of information. So, for whatever it's worth, I don't know. It's all allegedly.
I mean, occasionally you'll get to speak with someone who may say more than.
Well, and I think he knew somebody, and it might not have been like, the law enforcement right there in that town. I'm not sure. He knew somebody. I'd have
I
to
don't
watch
know.
it again, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Time
I'll
will
let you
tell.
go. I don't want to hold you up.
Time will tell, right? It always tells.
Yep. It will.
Yes.
That's interesting. Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. The 2 interviews vary apart. Oh, I need to put the phone number back up. 1 second. Trying to put this thing up. Bear with me. There you go. I do too, Beck. And no damn fresh eyes. I don't know, man. The first 2 interviews vary apart, then become a united front. This is what I wanted to find. I wanted to show you where she says this on Smiley's. So I think I'm at
the house like that barefoot, or would he throw on his slippers? Do you think, because they're by the front door?
Honestly, it could go either way. I know his dad said that he hasn't seen him go outside without shoes on since he was 2. But I, however,
Hold on. Listen to this.
Assuming that he, is able to think, call in 911, run into a neighbor's house to ask for help, known friendly neighbors, how to get out, if a door is blocked and that type of thing. So yes, he should, assuming that he, is able to think in a, sorry, I'm losing my word, like in a panic, like if there's an emergency happening. But yes, we have safety plans that we've gone over as far as like getting out of the house in case of fire and how to.
So if there was an emergency, would he run out of the house like that barefoot, or would he throw on his slippers? Do you think, because they're by the front door?
Honestly, it could go either way. I know his dad said that he hasn't seen him go outside without shoes on since he was 2. But I, however, have had a different experience with Sebastian where he does go outside without his shoes on. There's been several times where he takes the trash out in his socks, and I'm like, dude, you got to put shoes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would say, honestly, it would just depend, I think, on the situation.
People who have autism, they generally set to a very strict. Morning, Justin. Sorry, I've been neglecting you. Oh, you're okay, Emma. Good to see you. Slippers weren't mentioned before. That wasn't either. But they generally set to a very strict part of keeping things the same. right? Like they will never walk outside with shoes, or you can't keep shoes on them, but it's generally they don't want change. Creatures of habit, right? They're going to have some shoes, some type of flip-flops, and he doesn't like to get dirty. Consistency, right? Tend to do things the same every day. Yes. Well, even most of us do very similar things every day, right? Some people wear shoes some people hate wearing shoes. It just, depends. But so let's see here.
Yeah. So you have a padlock. Is that what you said earlier, that you have a padlock on the, like, I forget what they're called, but where you put the code in, a code lock?
Yeah, not a padlock.
I meant, I didn't mean a padlock. I'm sorry. The code where you put the code in.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah. So would he turn around if he left and actually put that code in? Do you have to put the code in to lock it back?
He locks the door behind himself
Religiously, right? It's religiously. You see, if Sebastian went out that door, right? If he went out that door and he was abiding by his habit to lock that door, I've not heard anyone say this. Heard it here first. If he was abiding by the rule to lock the door, that means there was no hurry for him to walk out, right? There was she didn't say that the door locks on its own. Mine does, but she doesn't say that. She said he would have had to have locked the door. I don't know how theirs works. Some of them you have to press the keypad for it to lock back. Some of them don't. But he was abiding by this rule to lock this door. Well, he didn't. Then why didn't he abide by the rule of wearing his shoes, wearing his socks, taking a coat, taking his phone, taking a backpack? What happened? Do you know where Lori? I think she said he had to lock it after he left. That one. Now mine,
every time he goes out.
Lock on its own.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to think. Is there anybody I don't know if y'all have housekeepers or what, like, is there anybody you could think of? And I know I'm sure you gave it to the police that might have had the combination that could have come in like while you were asleep that the dogs would not be alerted to or anything like that.
Oh, it's going to get good.
The only people that would have access to my house have all been interviewed.
Okay. Man. I don't know.
And not only that, but if somebody
here we go
had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Oh man, believe it or not, someone that would have been next to that front door, if they had punched in a code, believe it or not, they would have been seen. Believe it or not, they would have been seen. Wow. Well, exactly, Drew. Fun fact, Sebastian was entering that little keypad. He messed up big time there. He was not thinking clearly there, was he? Fun fact, Christopher. Christopher! Fun fact. You...
Christopher!
Clutch your pearls.
Hi, Justin. This is Carol.
Hi, Cheryl.
We are having a geomagnetic storm. That's why everything's screwing up, computer-wise.
Oh. So it's not me.
No, it's not you.
Okay.
It's not you.
That's good to know.
I was just to die laughing because you didn't realize what it was, and I was like, I gotta call him.
Yeah, they've said the sun has kind of been angry the last little bit, hasn't it? There's been lots of solar storms.
It's gonna continue.
Oh,
It's gonna way into August.
yes, Lisa, yes. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So everybody's computers are going wonky in their phones, and
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, my dear, for calling.
no problem. Did you, by any chance, finish comparing the trailers?
Can you say that again? You broke up.
Did you, by any chance, finish what you were comparing on the campers?
No. I think it's different. I'm pretty sure, but I need to do that. I've just been so behind. So
He could have body into that tan one, and then got rid of it somehow.
you never know. I need to look into that. I'm gonna write myself a note to do that now.
Okie dokie. I'll let you go.
Thank you,
I
love.
just wanted to let you know about the geomagnetic storms.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Makes me feel better. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was sweet. That was sweet. So Chris knew where the cameras were. Exactly, Elisa. That is exactly right. Believe it or not, although it wouldn't have been clear, we would have seen it. You guys, I literally just had a premonition, not a premonition. It's of Chris. Hold on. I got to show you this. Okay. I just figured out who Chris was. It just came to me all of a sudden. The Men in Black guy. It just came to me all of a sudden. There it is. That's him right here. Hold on. We're going to see it. This is it. Okay. Don't look at me like that. Christopher. Isn't that him? Tell me if that's not him. I swear, as I was speaking, a spark in my mind just went spot on. Spot on. Is there any other pictures of him here? Yes. That's a good movie, isn't it? Hold on. Sugar water. Give me some sugar. Sugar water. Sugar water. Yes. Sugar water. Yes, lesbian, gay, bi, try, whatever you are, honey. We love you. No matter what you are. Sugar water. Hold on. Let me find this. That was 1997. His name was the Sugar Water. Sugar water. Sorry, I get it. Okay. What a movie. What a movie. Yes. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Don't give him attention. And he thinks he's gotten away with. Well, I would say the neighbors that they came and, collected the footage would probably say different. Yosemite Sam is pretty accurate. Lay off the drinks, Danny. Sugar water. Okay, sorry.
And based on
Here we go.
something
Now
would
listen.
have been visible. And not only that, but if somebody had been by the front door, punched in the code, believe it or not, no, it's not super clear, but you would have seen a shadow or a figure.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
And based on, something would have been visible because one of the lights is still visible from that ring camera from across the street.
Yeah.
That has been, like I said, every video, and I've said this through Facebook, everything in the neighborhood.
Listen,
I couldn't talk to you enough positive about my neighborhood because anybody had cameras voluntarily gave up hard drives, flash drives, access to clouds for them. They've let people go in and search.
He talks very highly of his neighbors. He does. However, he's not been the greatest to multiple of them. I will just say that. He's not been that great to multiple of them. What about Chris having a YouTube before? So, yeah, she was supposed to send that to me. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Hey. Sorry, Chris needed sugar water. Sugar water.
They've let people go in and search their houses
Listen to this.
multiple times without needing a warrant or a subpoena or anything. They've just openly done it.
Chris seems to
So, I
live
mean,
the life.
that's
everything is disposable.
why it's so difficult. Right
Everything
now.
is disposable for him.
Now they come out and I know this is part of the investigation, so you may not can answer this, but it was public because we saw them with our own eyes. So they come out about 11 times, counting the backyard where they took pictures. Okay, so did they come in and check as well the 11 times, or did they do forensics like a luminol or anything like that?
No.
Asking.
No. That I can answer.
Mohawk. They brought over the footage because they thought that he walked away and they just wanted to show them. But I wouldn't say that they're friends.
No, they haven't done that. We actually, Katie and I sat down at our table in our dining room, and that's basically where everything conducts itself.
There's one that's really close by that Chris has been, maybe 2 that's really close by that he's been a
We sat down with him in the dining room, and I asked him flat out, I was like,
exactly.
what about fingerprints?
Mhm.
I mean, can we not take fingerprints? What
they
can we
do.
do? Can we check this? Can we check that?
They
And
do. They
said,
want their
no,
neighborhood back.
because, and
Listen
they
to this.
explained
Listen.
why
Very important.
fingerprinting would not necessarily be where they would
hold on. Listen to this.
down at our table in our dining room.
Very
and
important.
That's basically where everything conducts itself. We sat down with him in the dining room, and I asked him flat out, I was like, what about fingerprints?
Mhm.
I mean, can we not take fingerprints? What can we do? Can we check this? Can we check that? And they said, no, because, and they explained why fingerprinting would not necessarily be where they would get a hit, was ridges and things like that compromise the fingerprint.
Yeah.
Now, and he goes, despite TV and the movies, that stuff you see is not necessarily true. I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I just, they said, think of anything. Well, we were thinking and asked them, how about this? And how about that? What about this? What about that? And we got shot down.
Yeah. So, is there or
Here it
is there
comes.
not a couch in front of the back door?
It's right up here.
No, there is a couch in front of a door.
In front of a door. Okay. I was just wondering. So,
Why is Katie so defensive over a door? A door. Oh my God, this thing again. A door. Why is she so defensive over a door?
but so can he get out the back? Okay, so he
But
can
Is
go.
there an exit out the back of the house? Yes. That's unobscured from anything? Yes.
Okay, so okay, but what I'm
Continue.
asking is, how did you know that he went specifically out the front door? What made
Here
you
we
think
go.
that? What made you think that?
We presume that he left out the front door. We never know 100%, obviously, but we presume based off of process of elimination, going over it with law enforcement, going over the house, where things are, how things are, Sebastian's routine.
Routine. Oh,
And the
routine. His routine. What, didn't we just talk about a routine? People, especially with autism, have a routine and they stick to it always, but that's not it. But listen here, listen close.
the fact that that's the door that he always uses or prefers to use, because I won't say 100% of the time he does come in with me through another door, but
That's the door he prefers to use, right? But I won't say it's 100% of the time because he goes through another door with me sometimes. Oh, that would be the garage door. Now, listen to this.
that's the door Sebastian prominently uses. That's the one that if he were going to sneak out of the house or leave the house for whatever reason, that's the most reasonable door that he would have left out of. Any of the others would have made noise or not
Or
been.
would not have been locked.
Okay. Would have made noise or would have been locked. Now listen.
Mm-hmm.
So the back door would not lock
from the outside like the front. No, you'd have to have a key.
So
Oh, that back door, you would have had to have a key. Now listen.
I'm not going to describe every door lock in our house to y'all first. That's a safety thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, but what I can say is there's only 2 doors in the house that he could have gone out where he could have locked
from the
on his own or from the outside.
Only 2 doors. 1, 2. 2 doors that he could have went out of that he could have locked from the outside. Now listen to this.
And the one, he wouldn't have gone out because of how much noise it makes.
Okay.
Everybody would have, and plus it would have been seen.
Okay. Did you just hear that? Everybody would have heard it. Everybody would have heard it? Oh. Okay, everybody. Like the next morning, like Katie saying, he's already. But listen.
Yeah.
Everybody would have, and plus it would have been seen on camera. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
He stopped himself. Everybody would have. Plus it would have been seen on camera. Let's put it that way. Interesting. Oh, Chris. Now listen.
Okay.
I mean, that it would have been seen on camera.
Funny.
So by suspicion or reasonable elimination of all these doors, it's front door.
Okay.
Right.
And there's no, and
Now
so,
listen to
and there
this.
was no windows unlocked or anything like that y'all can tell or could tell. I'm sure they looked at all that.
Yeah, with
Yes,
the
yeah.
screens intact and things like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing exterior of the building of our house has been altered.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why it was like, not only that, but for him to go out the window, so to speak, he would have landed in the flower bed and, barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, really? Oh, we would have heard something? Let's hear that again, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we? Let's hear that again.
Not only that, but for him to go out the window, so to speak, he would have landed in the flower bed and, barefooted. Yeah, we'd have heard something because he had landed on it and screamed.
Yeah. Yeah, we would have landed on that. He would have landed on that and we would have heard something screamed. There's a lot of wee-wees here in this little sentence that Chris is structuring. We would have heard it. We would have seen it. We would have done this. We would have done that. Right? And then the next morning, what is it? Katie's got a lot of he's in it. He's already this. He's already that. Well, who's this he you're talking about? Because you're on the phone, allegedly, on a three-way call, looking for Sebastian. You're so frantic, you say, that you couldn't even, I guess you could call Chris, but you couldn't do anything else except drive a car and talk to Chris, and he had to three-way a non-911 call.
Yeah.
He had no idea
Yeah.
what he was
All right.
saying.
So let me get these people. I know they're itching for some hard questions, and I've been, all right. So, let's see. I know that girl has been wanting to ask, like, what he had on. I don't think Katie heard me a while ago, but, like when y'all were out to eat Sunday, like what he had on, that day, like when he went out to eat.
His tennis.
Let's go ahead.
His tennis shoes, jeans, and a black T-shirt with Grogu on the front.
Okay.
She says Grogu. I don't know what the hell that is. With Grogu on the front. First, they had no idea. Then They just said it was one of three. And then is that the Baby Yoda? Okay. And then they say the Baby Yoda. Yeah.
And and then he changed before he went to bed into the black.
The black sweatpants with the white stripes.
If you call the non-emergency number, thank you for calling the county sheriff's office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
From
Rhonda?
Hi, Justin. I have another quick something that's been bothering me for a little bit.
Okay.
Supposedly, Katie and Sebastian went to dinner alone, supposedly.
Correct.
Why are they sitting on the same side of the table?
We have no idea what side of the table they're on. We don't got pictures of that.
Both sitting. They're side by side. Didn't she take the picture at Texas Roadhouse to show Seth?
There is a picture of them at Texas Roadhouse that we have seen, but it wasn't just it was with other kids. It was an old pic. That's an old pic.
Oh, okay.
That's
I thought
public.
that was the one she was shoving in Seth's face, saying, "Look, we had a great day."
She was shoving pictures. The photo was Red Robin. Okay, yeah. It wasn't at the steakhouse or anything. That's an old pic. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad you cleared that up because I'm sorry, I'm a mother of two boys, but they're not going to sit next to me if we're alone at a restaurant.
Right. Yeah.
So, okay, thank you for clearing that up, Justin.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Down the side and a long sleeve black shirt.
Okay. And that, I think,
was originally listed on the missing poster as a sweatshirt, and everybody mistaken it for a hoodie. And even Seth said himself that we both were trying to get that corrected because it was because when they said sweatshirt, everybody
white stripes on it. So
one second.
Adidas pants where you had the white stripes down the side, almost like a tearaway style pants. There's a difference.
okay, are you ready? Well, let me get some of their questions, but
Nah, you're fine. Oh no, I gave you my word, and I told you I'll stick to my word.
Yeah, can I ask? Then I'll ask you now before I go to theirs, before I forget.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
What in the world is this on your arm on day 8?
This right here, in my opinion, he had to think clearly. This one almost jammed him. This one was, in my opinion, wasn't one that was thought through. Listen to this.
Interview, it's a scratch or a bite mark.
Left arm or right arm?
Oh, I don't know. It's the one where you were in the green shirt. And I think it was the right arm.
So right arm slightly above the elbow. I'm guessing.
I think it was right below, if I'm not mistaken.
So I've got 2 spots on one on my hand, and I got one on closer to my elbow. There are 2 spots. We have little Morkies, and we have one that's very playful. We have one that's not so playful. And I like to roughhouse my little Morkies, and I put my hand down, and they chase it around, and I don't stop, and I let them nibble, and I've been dumb enough, and I've gotten scratched by the bigger one.
They got their claws clipped and not grinded, so they're rough right now.
Yeah, but I thought you hadn't been home for almost a month, or all month. I thought it looked like fresh scratch. I'm just saying.
when I'm in a green shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were talking to Fox 17.
Okay, Fox 17. I had already been home. So I got home February 26th. That can be released because that's when I came home.
Yeah, you're saying it was a new scratch then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, I came home February 26th. We did the interview, and those were scratches that are fresh.
Okay.
The day I came home, I was actually still wearing my work clothes.
Okay. So y'all, that is he's saying.
He says that is a fresh scratch. Fresh scratch. Now he said, or Katie said, that is, he was stumbling. Yes, that where they trim the dog's nails, and that is a scratch. Okay. Get this right here. It's very interesting how he was scratched on both sides of the arm, almost uniform. Don't you think that's kind of interesting? Claims he arrived home in his work clothes. Well, that's what Seth arrived there in. Isn't it interesting that he's got it on his arm right here and over here? Boy, that's interesting. How would that happen? How would it be uniform? Thank you, Sandy. How would that happen? I don't know. I don't know.
And that is a fresh scratch. So I'll say it now. I have also asked about that picture. So that is a fresh after
No,
he
it's
got home
not.
from his little dogs.
No, it's
And
not.
believe it or not, that is the first time I've heard that question. So thank you. I had not heard that before.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I asked
I know
that. So
you
if you
hadn't
see
heard
that
it because
picture
you've
out
already
again that I
hey,
asked,
Brick.
that's just from where I asked it, I believe today, and I asked it
And
yesterday.
I believe I was wearing like it's like a mint colored button up shirt, I think.
You were?
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Yep, absolutely. So that's where that come from. I knew I was going to stump you with one question.
Pretty close. I was like, wait, oh.
Yep. You thought they all been asked, didn't you?
Yeah, just about. I mean, I've told everybody on Facebook, and I said, look, everybody's been nasty and all this, and like, look, I got no problem. I'll answer your questions, just fire them away. But and I have asked, like, keep in mind, there's like 3 of us.
Chris said he let
Thousands
the
of
dogs
y'all, so we're
nibble.
trying to get to them. But
Yes, that's what I knew. I
Yeah.
was missing something.
So-
You're right. Hold on. Yes. Yes, because he says nibble or something, and then she goes, we how did she say it? We cut the dog's nails.
the day I came home, I was actually still wearing.
Hold on. Watch this.
And I've been dumb enough, and I've gotten scratched by
Wait a second.
elbow. If I
Yeah, can I ask? Then I'll ask you now before I go to theirs, before I forget.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Got them trimmed.
What in the world is this on your arm on day 8, the interview? It's a scratch or a bite mark?
Left
dog's
arm or right arm?
Oh, I don't know. It's the one where you were in the green shirt. And I think it was the right arm.
So right arm slightly above the elbow. I'm guessing.
I think it was right below, if I'm not mistaken.
So I've got 2 spots on one on my hand, and I got one on closer to my elbow. There are 2 spots.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
We have little Morkies, And we have one that's very playful. We have one that's not so playful. And I like to roughhouse my little Morkies, and I put my hand down and they chase it around, and I don't stop and I let them nibble. And I've been dumb enough and I've gotten scratched by the bigger one.
They got their
So
claws clipped and not
Okay,
grinded,
well,
so
he
they're
says,
rough right now.
Yeah, but I thought you hadn't been home.
to be fair, he says, I let him nibble. And then he says scratch. Well, is that a nibble or is it a scratch?
Home for almost a month, or
Clutch your pearls.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, let me pause you real quick. First of all, I just want to say real quick, I watch you all the time.
Thank you.
You're the best. Okay, so my whole thing is, so I've been watching your channel for a long time, and I've seen those bite marks, and I gotta say, like after looking at it again, I haven't really seen like a close photo like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's, to me, like I have a little dog. There is no way in hell that there is a dog that's gonna be like, nibbling or like scratching consecutively in that little area. Like that just doesn't add up. And also, I feel like those parents, regardless of everything, like, they, regardless of the accusations they've had against them, the fact that they've just been hiding out shows guilty, in my opinion, for sure. Because I think that, I'm sorry, but like if it was somebody who I loved or my child or anything like that, like there is no way in hell there's one damn person that's going to stop me from going out in the public, regardless of everybody else's opinion.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Right.
Not searched at all.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And especially, like, I was just thinking too, like after all this time has gone by, the fact that they've been even more quiet, like to me, it's just like it's even more suspicious.
You put your energy what's most important to you in life. And that's just the truth. What is important to you, you will give the energy to. That's it. And clearly it's not that important. They're not looking or anything.
Yeah. And I find it odd too, like that he's sitting there, like his little laugh, his little,
Yeah.
like this is serious. Big deal. And really though, looking at those marks, like if you look at Sebastian Rogers' teeth, I mean, to me that totally just like when I just saw that, I was like, dang, it just hit me. I'm like, dude, that is totally like.
It's obvious. It's obvious as, I mean, there's a 15-year-old that they said didn't walk out with his shoes. It's cold, or at least cool, that night. Doesn't make sense. In my opinion, they forgot the shoes. Nothing to suggest that he walked out on his own. There is two people at least walking out in the middle of the yard coming from the area of their house. A car pulls up right earlier, and then they walk around the car, and then only one runs back toward the house. Nothing comes out of that house or that area until 6 a.m., 6:03 a.m., which is when Katie starts driving. I mean, obvious. So obvious.
Yeah, and I think about it too. I feel like maybe, like them coming up with this, I guess, in my opinion, it's, like it is sort of alibi. like it just started happening, you know, like over time, they start realizing like, oh, okay, so there's people who have, you know, cameras and things like that. Like, oh, you know,
Yes.
we missed this or we missed that. So if they find his body or whatever, then, you know, like he didn't have his shoes on, so we have to say this. So it seems like, you know, as time's gone by, they're like saying, oh yeah, he left with this flashlight, you know, because they realize like, oh, there's probably people out there that, you know, our neighbors who have that footage. So we have to come up with this idea.
Yep.
So it's a lot of that.
Listen, Sebastian went in back in that home that night. He probably went to his room, or he wanted something, or he was, you know, he was overwhelmed or whatever. Something happened with a thud, and then, in my opinion, he was taken out, and later they said, well, his shoes are still here. Someone, I think, came to that house, maybe Seth or someone, and said, well, his shoes are still here. Why is his shoes here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he must have walked out without his shoes.
Yeah.
And that, in my opinion, was an extraordinarily big F up, because when something happened, you are going to be panicking. You're not going to be thinking clearly, but you have to think as clearly as possible. But you are wanting to get him out of that, you know, because you're freaking out. And
it doesn't
that,
make any sense. That's not the first thing that would come to somebody's mind who's frantic about their child missing. They're not going to be like, oh, he took a flashlight in his shoes. And, you know, like, and then their little giggles. Like, it just is, all of this is just like, as time's gone on, it just makes me so sick now. It's like, it's just all adding up to guilty, in my opinion.
The people in the neighborhood that I've spoken with, that I've built some sort of trust up with, that is what they say. They say as time has went on, everyone is just like, it's so obvious. Just obvious. So, yeah.
And like I said to you, my biggest thing is like, regardless of public opinion, doesn't matter. That's your child. You would go out there and take the heat, you know, like of people, and just go out and search. But there's been none of that. It doesn't matter. Like, everybody's opinion at that point. Like, all you care about is finding your child. But it's like, they're so consumed about like themselves and how they are perceived by the public eye and everything else. So it's like, what does that show you? And that's why this case is so huge, because obviously, no matter what, there's something. So it's not like, you know, maybe we're just all having these conspiracies. Like, no, these conspiracies and theories that we come up with, like, there's something valid in something that we're talking about, you know, because we can tell, you know, so it's obvious there's something there. So hopefully the truth comes out, and, you know, they find Sebastian, and I pray about him. It's so sad and unfortunate, but I'm glad to be able to watch your show and see that you're keeping up on this case and keeping it out in the public and doing everything that you're doing, though. You're great.
Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate it.
All righty.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good night. Okay, I'm going to keep watching.
Thank you, dear. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Is it Fun to Ski's birthday? Is it Fun to Ski's birthday? All right, it's time to do my rendition of Marilyn Monroe. Tell me if there's another subscriber that sings to you like Marilyn Monroe, or another creator that sings to you like Marilyn Monroe every single one of your birthdays. There is not. Only me. in Maryland. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Fun to ski. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, darling. Fun to ski. Happy birthday. Bonjour. Oui, oui. And everything in between. Happy birthday. God bless you, sweet child. Appreciate you all tremendously. Guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you all so very much for your time this evening. Thank you for your support. I thank you to mods, members, and Crazy Ape, Ginger Girl, Lisa Murphy, Elizabeth Meyer, Dreamweaver, Holly Randolph, Lil Red, Single Mom, Anna Elizabeth, Max Chica. Thank you all truly from the bottom of my little heart. Thank you for your support. You could have chosen to be anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be here to support me. I am humbled every single day. Truly mean that. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your support. I will be live tomorrow quite a bit. Batten down the hatches because you're going to see me a lot tomorrow as well. Love you all. Tar, I hope you had a wonderful birthday, darling, yesterday. Thank you guys, truly. Yep, I whip out the lipstick and I sing is what I do. How can you be so patient and tolerant? Give people what they want. If someone comes in here and someone made a, like, they say like gay or bi or something, I'm like, or they call me a tragedy pimp or whatever, I'm like, you're right. If that's what you need, I'm giving it to you. You are absolutely right. Go for it. Give them what they want. That's all I can tell you. Just don't have anger in your heart. Don't. Because if you do, it really, really ages you. It really ages you. And it really makes you sick. We are here for the missing. We're not here for the drama. Not here for anything else other than these kids and for you guys. That is what we're here for. That's it. That's it. That's exactly right, Carmelita. Thank you all, truly. It's been a pleasure every single day. Love you guys. Go eat some good food, drink some water, go for a walk wherever, if you're daytime, wherever you're at, go for a walk on the treadmill, go for a walk in Macy's, go for a walk at Saks Fifth, go for a walk at Walmart, wherever. Just take good care of yourself and the ones around you. Thank you guys. Love you all. Good night. Oh, you just had ice cream. Have some ice cream. I love ice cream at night, like at 2 o'clock in the morning, especially. They're closed. Well, they're not somewhere. Thank you guys. Good night.